Here we go.
There we go.
At least that's what it said. Well, I guess then Kelly said, "Let's go." Well, here we go.
Here we go. Here we go now.
My computer kind of locked up for a second. I was getting concerned. I went over to another tab to just make sure we were going live, and things started. I think I got too many things running here. I need to change some stuff. I think we're working now, though. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. 31. 31.
31.
Wow.
It's the show, says Derek. Yeah, show 31 already. Yeah.
Yeah, Derek, I was on American Truck Simulator earlier, and I really did. You'll see it when the video finally comes out. I said, I'm going to stop here because I'm going to try to find somebody to do a convoy with. Then I went upstairs and got sidetracked on stuff. The Chiefs game came on, and I never got back down here. And I noticed a message from Derek, private message saying, "Let's convoy," which I do want to do soon, but just what in the.
Hey, look who's back! Look who's back!
Hey, hello.
Is that
Hey, friends from the Netherlands?
Yes.
Yeah, good to see you, buddy. Been a while.
And Chaos is here. I'm a little upset with Chaos. I don't think he played in the tournament for.
I don't think a few people played in the tournament.
He's
this
not
week.
the only one who didn't play in the tournament.
Well, yeah, that's right. 'Cause I can be upset with you too because I came in last place, and usually if you and Chaos are in there, I got somebody to beat. I think it was fun. I did a live stream when Poe set up his own tournament. I think out of disgust over missing the Waldorf. Well, I'll let him describe it, but I jumped in there and started playing it. I thought I had a great score going, and Derek and Bart come back, and I don't know, it got to be a mess. Talk about it, Poe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I felt bad. I remembered one night about the tournament, and I didn't get to it. And then when I remembered again, it was too late. It was all over. So I'm like, well, what the heck? I'll set up the tournament that nobody wants to see. So I did. And I did terribly at it. I did do a little comeback, and then I didn't go back to check again, except for when Derek pointed out, "Aha, Poe, kicked your ass," and I didn't get back to it again today. Or, I was a little busy today, so.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still going on or not. I set it for 3 days, so I think it ends today. Maybe it ended already. I don't even know.
Oh, I assumed it ended. I didn't check again.
It was still on, and I saw it, and I just turned it off. I called the studios, and I said, "Shut this son of a bitch off." I said, "Who is, there's only one guy I hate worse than a guy that sets up a Tesla tournament, and that's a guy that sets up a fishtails tournament."
Yeah. I'd never do that.
Let me see if I can. Find it. I can't. I can't see both. I'm in the house on my laptop, so I can't see multiple things at a time. Oh yeah, Farrell's here.
Yep.
Hey, Farrell.
Hey, Farrell.
Farrell, I usually got 3 screens to play with, and I'm down one. The show came on, the show must go on. I showed up, but the Chiefs game is in it. Well, I don't know. There's only 3 minutes left. So I'm using one of my screens for that. That's disgusting.
Oh, geez. Greg, you did that little attack from Mars. I came in dead last. So we don't need to talk about that one. I'll read it off since Derek won that one. Derek had first, then Poe, then you, Greg, then Kelly, then me. I came in dead last. Let me see if I can find Poe's now.
Derek cheats.
Pose is still going. It has 20 hours.
Oh,
Derek's in first. Poe is in second. Kelly's in third. I'm in fourth. Then Cheryl is in fifth. Mrs. Parker, and then there's Greg at the bottom. So
Tesla! Woo!
that's Tesla.
Is Cheryl
That's
right
Poe's
above me?
tournament.
Is Cheryl, right
Cheryl is
above
right
me?
above you.
That's
Yeah.
the way I like it. I like to be on the bottom if she's on top. Look, I made Poe
Oh.
blush.
I was just thinking Derek's a top.
Yeah. That's
Reverse
that's
cowgirl.
crazy, though, 'cause Derek was on top of both of those tournaments. That's not.
He
I'm
definitely
gonna have
found a way
place
to
more
cheat.
Tesla.
Well, speaking of tournaments, this week the number one winner was GGAGE. GGAGE.
Yeah.
One of our new players. And I'll tell you what, he has had he won week 6. He missed week 7, it looks like. He's only played in 2 tournaments, two of it 8 weeks, and he's won both the weeks that he's played. So this GGAGE, I'm not sure who you are, but whoever you are, you're good, evidently.
Yeah.
You're just not regular.
Yeah, he got in twice and he gets 2 wins.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
wow.
he's got 8 points. And why is my spreadsheet? Oh, it is. It's never mind. Never disregard. Looks like a high point. Those 20 points for Livewire, Classic Rock 18, Balls of Flapping 15, and the next one, Tony's. Now remember, we had a tie at one time for that top positions, but now Tony's Jorgren is 11, and then Hollywood Polo is next at 10, and then it all drops down to the people that got 8 for 8 playing every week.
Oh, man.
So yeah, 29, and look at that,
Yeah.
20 points. Livewire, I'll tell you what, Livewire was really kicking it.
I fucked that up.
yeah. That part's doing pretty good.
Poe's only got 7 now. You loser.
That's
Having
one thing
7
about
points, that's so last week.
I'm done.
Just for setting up the game. You know,
All you
and
gotta
I
do,
gotta,
Poe, just come in third next week, Poe, and then you'll get back up to 9.
I'm
You'll
back.
be right
Be
back
back.
on track.
I've got a suggestion. I think that we take 2 points off for Poe setting up a Tesla point. You gotta get negative points just for doing something like that. I mean, that's crazy. I gotta get back to my talking points. I covered that up. So, anybody got any questions on the spreadsheet? I brought it up. I want to again I think Bart deserves a special hand, though. I mean, if you saw this sheet,
I'm just glad all 5 fingers are there, Poe.
That's my left one. I don't use it much, so.
I mean,
The only thing I want to say about those side tournaments that went on, you did the Attack from Mars, and Poe did Tesla. Talk about a scoring difference between 2 tables.
Yeah.
It's like
huh?
you launched the ball and you've already outscored what you can do in Tesla. Attack from Mars, you're talking billions. And I was stoked that I crossed the million mark in Tesla. It's like, dude, I'm on fire. And yeah, you can just launch the ball 3 times and let it drain on Attack from Mars and get 15 million. It's
did Cheryl play an Attack from Mars?
I had to close it. This laptop can't do both things at once, so I had to close it. I don't remember. Kelly might have it open on her Switch, but
Well, that's okay.
I know she played in. Yeah, I know she played in the one. I don't remember if she played in the other.
I know I wrote down both of them for her, and I was doing something else, and she was sitting there with the dog in her lap. And I said, "Here, want something to do?" And I handed her the Switch, and I just said, "Here's the passwords and the 2 games." She's gotten good to where she can find that now.
Yeah, she didn't play the Attack from Mars, I guess. All I know is Kelly beat me on both of them, so I have no bragging rights this week.
Well,
I did okay in the main tournament, though. I did okay in that one, which we'll see your video on eventually.
Yeah. Well, matter of fact, I got that right here. If we want to watch it, I can bring it up, and we're already on the subject, so let's just do it. We'll get it over with. Kind of like pulling that Band-Aid off, just to get it done. Okay, it's tournament time, and here we go. Wild West Rampage. What week was that? What was week 8? My goodness. Only 2 more weeks to go. Let's take a look at our leaderboards for Wild West Rampage. Let's see. Wild West Rampage. Do we have some kind of special rules to that? Oh, it's a 5-minute play. That's right. Okay, G Gauge. 45 million. Balls a slapping 33 million. Mr. Livewire 1970 is 27 million. Tony's Jorgren 21 million. Off-Grid Arcade 18 million. Classic Rock 17 million. Gregory 15 million. That's not me, Gregory. That's another Gregory. Pixelatorium 13 million. He's not at the bottom. Mrs. OGA 12,957,000. Hollywood 740,000. G Parker 3,907,000. Last place. So who am I to throw a spitball on this one? Okay, there you go. That's week 8. Let's take a look at what we're going to do for week 9. It's just going to be a classic tournament, 5-day tournament. It's going to be Earth Defense. And we will be announcing soon. We've got 2 more weeks, then we start the playoffs, and we'll be announcing who's in the playoffs, how they're going to proceed here. I don't know if we're going to do it. Well, we're not doing it this show. It'll probably be next show. We'll try to have the updates on what we're going to do there. So let's find Earth Defense. You know me, I always stumble around here trying to find these things. Oh, I should have. There it is. Right there. It'll be a 5-day tournament. Closed tournament. Everything else stays the same. Create and play. GPARKER. Create and play. And here we go. Very colorful table. I don't know why I don't play this one that much. And I should, because it is a nice, fun table to play. Much better than Tesla, Poe. You know, there's certain tables that I think we as a group have found that we just don't like. And 2 of them come to mind are Tesla, and worse than that is Fishtails. It's not that they're not good tables, but they're just rotten tables.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Oh, ball 1 down with 2 million. Well, let's see. Do we get any bonuses? 2,409,995 it looks like. So there you go. There's ball 1. get in the tournament and see how I did. Back to the show.
Nice.
Cool.
Had to get my digs
Yeah.
in.
It's no Tesla.
Yeah. No, Tess, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Well,
Mike,
I've
are
been
you,
wor- Go ahead,
I was just going to say, because you mentioned the Tesla, the fishtails. Mike, were you the one that named it Drain Tails when we did that tournament last year or at the
Yeah.
beginning of the year? It's
Yeah.
Drain Tails is all that is. Yeah.
Week one of the playoffs, which is just 2 weeks from now, we got to start putting that together. But I can tell you, I'm going to assign different people to play different games. And the first playoff will be Poe versus Derek at Fishtails.
It just ain't right.
Oh,
And losers got to spend a night at that person's house.
And post a video of you singing Kumbaya.
Derek's in.
Oh, yeah, he's excited.
he's already in his jammies in my basement. I saw him going in the basement doors a few minutes ago.
Since I
Singing
picked up
fishtails. Woo!
on Poe, I'm going to call upon Poe now to give us some breaking news on the Atari 2600 Plus.
It didn't come.
Thank you.
That's right.
Glad to have you tonight, Poe. We'll see you next week.
What did you like about it?
I like the original delivery date. That didn't happen. Yeah, it was FedEx tracking said all week it was going to be here Friday. Although there was a little asterisk on Tuesday, and that was weather delay. And then Friday evening came, and then it said unavailable. And then yesterday it said delivery date is going to be Tuesday. So Tuesday is my back to work date. So perfect. I had 5 days off, could have played with the thing. So now it's coming Tuesday when I go back to work. So just like the Game Station Pro that I ended up getting 2 weeks late, it's still sitting here. I still haven't opened it. I figure at that point, everybody and his brother did a video on the thing. I'll get to the thing when I get to it now, you know? So
I've never had a FedEx. I've UPS, Amazon, they all deliver. Even the United States Postal Service, but FedEx, I've had more packages that didn't show up at all or get late. And I remember I ordered a radiator for one of the Jeeps. Well, here a year and a half ago, one of them needed replacing. I could find a real good one online. And the guy told me, I talked to the guy on the phone. I said, how you going to ship it? He said, oh, we ship FedEx. I said, I'll pay extra if you pick somebody else. I've never gotten anything on time from FedEx. And they're probably sitting on an island with Tom Hanks.
yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah. But
Well, I was just
that's
curious.
crazy.
You're still waiting. You're still waiting. I knew you were waiting on that, but I thought maybe there was a slim chance you might have got it by now.
yeah, no, that didn't show up. So I actually should have just, instead of ordering direct from Atari, people that ended up ordering it from Amazon got theirs like a lot quicker than anybody else. So when Atari put it up, I thought, okay, it's only from Atari, you know, it's their product, ordered from them day one. And then all of a sudden they had it available from Amazon, and people that got it from them ended up getting it last week. So anybody that got it from Atari just started getting it this past week around Thanksgiving time, unless it was delayed by FedEx like mine. Now there are other people like Ballistic Coffee Boy ordered his within the same day, same hour that I did, that got a note from Atari saying, sorry, we don't have any more. We'll ship yours in December. So those guys got screwed even harder than I did. Mine seems like it's a FedEx. Yeah. Mine seems like it's a FedEx problem where his is an Atari problem, you know? So yeah. They're kind of screwing the food here.
It's being played on an island by Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
Mike, did you get enough? You get enough Thanksgiving turkey?
Yeah, I got enough. Yeah, I made like a what was it? Like a cream cheese. I filled it up with bacon, the turkey inside the skin, and let it melt in there. That's what we had for Thanksgiving. I usually do the turkey for Thanksgiving, so it ended up pretty good. Where by the time we were, Thanksgiving was done, everybody's going home. We didn't have any turkey left.
Nice.
Just a little bit, so we only had a little bit of it left over from the following day. So that was it. And it was a big turkey too. I'm like, dang, everybody ate the whole turkey. So guess it turned out good. It
Nice.
tasted good to me. So yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, we did
Yeah,
we did it all.
Herb was asking about you were talking about the 2600 plus, right?
Yeah, and to add to that, one of the launch games with it was this is Berserk Enhanced. That's Berserk 2600, but they added the voice to it that the 5200 and the arcade had. This wasn't supposed to get to me until tomorrow, and it came Friday when the 2600 plus was supposed to come. So I got the game. I just didn't get the system. So there's that.
So that
anyway.
answers Livewire's question of what's the first cartridge you're going to play.
Yeah, well,
Gonna be that one,
probably
right?
this. I mean, I have hundreds of original cartridges, and it plays 7800 cartridges, and I have a good bit of the 7800 library. So probably what I'm going to play first is Stampede, because that's the first Atari cartridge I ever owned as a kid. It's the one I got the Christmas we got, the 2600. So I'll probably throw Stampede in just because that's the first game I ever actually played that was my own, and I still have that cartridge. So yeah, I'll
Nice.
throw that in, then Berserk Enhanced. And I have the other Berserk, so why not throw it in too? With no voice and play that, and then I'll throw in some 7800 games and see what all works and what doesn't work.
So I guess Herb Wars had the opposite. He got his 2600, but he didn't get the games he ordered.
Oh, I've heard that too. I heard certain people, their games are pushed off until December. So weird, really weird.
Yeah, I
And there
never
are
had
people that, there's a paddle bundle. Mine supposedly shipped with my Atari. So, and there are other people that said their paddle bundle didn't ship with their order. So I don't know. I got it all screwed up.
I never have understood what he was talking about too. You'd think they'd save money on the shipping. I've ordered stuff like that before, and it comes in two separate packages, two separate shipping methods. But you ordered it together. You'd think they'd have just stuffed it all in the same box,
Right.
but they're probably coming from different distributors. Some of these places are so big now; they got party orders being filled from California, and the other parts being filled in New York. You never know.
I swear with Atari, everything's coming from California, and I think they're just putting it in some kid's paper out sack and having them walk it to Western Pennsylvania every time they send something.
Maybe a lot of people just don't like going to Pennsylvania.
That could be it too. Pennsyltucky is what one guy from Ohio used to call it when I was in the Air Force. So,
Ohio.
you guys
Well,
from
you guys-
Pennsyltucky?
You guys do have a zombie problem, though.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't know if you'd call it a problem. I kind of like it.
So now
Okay,
that
so
we touched on the Thanksgiving and then went back to the 2600. Now the chat's catching up to us. Of course, Gideon over there in the Netherlands, he says Thanksgiving sounds like a fun holiday.
Yeah.
It's a
It's a
fun
good
holiday,
holiday.
especially if you like
Yeah.
eating.
Well,
Yeah,
and I
it's,
mean, Gideon, you really just have to come over here if you're not used to the United States. We like to eat a lot, and that's every day of the year. So every day would be Thanksgiving. Just come and visit.
It's a prequel.
Yeah.
It's a prequel to Christmas. It's basically the prequel to Christmas. It's time to start eating and get fat. Unfortunately, I started eating and getting fat back in September, so I'm double tapping here. And come January, I'm going to do like every other American does. I'm going to hit the health club, And, I go to this one religiously up here close to me because I got the Silver Slippers old guy deal. I can go free on my Medicare. So I've been going there but it's amazing on January 1st how many people show up. It's just packed. And they're getting new membership signups and everything. And you think, oh, God, I'm not coming back here anymore. It's too crowded. And I told this one guy, he said, oh, this place crowded. I said, give it 3 weeks. This place will be empty again. Those people won't laugh.
That's when you start buying stuff. People start selling their Pelotons and everything, a few months into the year after they all got them for Christmas and New Year's and everything. Right, so,
Right.
You got one of those, Tom?
No, I know a few people that had bought the Pelotons for a lot of money and then sold them 6 months down the line because they weren't using the things. So, and I have been guilty of that. We had back in the day, I think ours was called a fitness flyer. Some people have called them the Gazelle, with the hand things. And my wife and I used that a good bit when I was in the Air Force. And pretty soon it was just what I hung my BDU jacket on when I came home every day in the Air Force from work. Pretty soon all our laundry was just hung off the thing until we finally sold the thing. So,
well, since we went that gambit, I had something else on my talking points. And we'll stick right here with and Bart can both address this one. What's going on with your IA Arcade panels that you got from Glenn that have spinners, track balls, and everything? And were you able to get any? We had talked about getting software for those. What did you guys do?
I know you're all thinking I didn't start building the thing yet. I did right before dinner. I started it. It's sitting down in the basement. It's in pieces right now. I wanted to record it step by step like you did, Bart. So I started it. And it's not going to take too long. I have it apart. I have everything slid to the back. I just need to connect the thing. Now, I took a picture to send to you, Bart. And in the video, I'm kind of dumbfounded at this. Now, the little white part on the motherboard where the connector goes. I don't know if when they were manufacturing the thing, if they broke the thing or what they did, but somebody put a whole hell of a lot of rubber cement around the frickin' thing. So I'm hoping the thing I'm hoping it's not destroyed where I can't get that in there and connect it right. So that's where I'm at when I got called up to eat dinner. And then right after dinner was time for the show. So that's where I'm at with it right now.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody really lathered it on there.
On the motherboard itself?
On that white connector where you put in the control piece, the connector for it, where it connects to. So, yeah, it was all actually holding that connector piece in from the old joystick, So
were you able to, you got the other one unplugged?
I took the old one out. It looks like it's going to be okay. Maybe it's not going to click into place and hold into place. Maybe that was the problem. We'll see. And if that's the case, I'll find a way to keep it in place. Right. Maybe I got to go get the rubber cement too, and then do that. So,
yeah.
But
I was wondering if you were going at because I was reading on Facebook thing. Someone said that they plugged theirs in backwards. But when I did mine, and I even said something in the video, I'm like, oh crap, which way does it go? It was keyed, so you can only put it in one way. But they said people were complaining that they plugged it in backwards and then it wasn't working. I'm like, well, how did you plug it in backwards? Because there is an offset little
it's offset a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. So
if you look closely at it. Yeah. Now I moved that drawer or box to the back, so it's kind of turned backwards and slid back like I saw the one person do. So that looks like that's going to work out pretty well. I wired everything else back in, so that's all I need to do is put that board or the stick and everything into place and see if everything is working. So,
so you left the motherboard inside the box?
Yeah, I left that in the box. Yeah, slid it to the back, turned it around. Oh, yeah, okay. It looks like it's going to work out pretty good that way.
Yeah, I ended up those two little plastic risers that are under the motherboard because I took those out, mounted them to the motherboard, and screwed them in back there. So that's how I ended up doing it because I was like, I don't like this thing just floating back there.
Right.
you get to play in some freaking Robotron or something. You're jerking the thing around, you know, the motherboard's flailing. So,
Right.
but yeah, hopefully you'll be able to get that plugged in okay. And
Yeah, I got to that point, and she actually made our big turkey today, so I didn't want to miss dinner. Thursday, we just kind of had like these turkey rolls that she made with stuffing in them and stuff when the in-laws came over. So today was our big bird day. So when she yelled dinner, I raced up the stairs, and then I didn't have time to get back to it before the show started. So hopefully everything connects, and I'll finish my video and get to playing some games, because I put all those trackball games on there. Finally, that you sent to me like a week ago, I finally downloaded them and put them on there. So.
Yeah, well, there was no rush. You didn't have the trackball in yet, so
right.
But,
I did play Millipede with just the joystick.
Did you?
That's an option. Yeah, that's nice that that's an option on there. So,
right, yeah, most of those games they're putting config files so you can play with the joystick also. But I posted a thing today actually on the Discord asking if you can make a config file that changes the speed of the spinner per game, because
oh yeah,
and I'm guessing you'll see it when you put them on, and I'm guessing you'll have the same experience. But Tempest, it's like you touch that spinner and you feel it move and it goes halfway around. It's like, geez, it's so sensitive. And then I was playing Tron and I'm like, aim. I'm spin, and the aim thing's going really slow. And
all right.
And some of the trackball games, the bowling and the horseshoes, it's like you got to really spin that thing. But I think you can make a config file that speeds up the trackball and speeds up the spinner. I just haven't mastered how to do it, because that's doing some coding and stuff. Because Marble Madness is hard to play too, because you really had to wheel it hard.
Oh yeah, and that's one of my favorite Nintendo games. So I was looking forward to finally actually trying that with a trackball, Marble Madness.
Yeah. So if I can figure out how to do those config files, I'll send you them. But
I got to laugh a little because I really am. I appreciate that PAX R Us Discord, but when you read through there, sometimes, of course, people can get kind of snarky, smart-assy on there. But you go through a lot of conversations on there, and there's sometimes people asking for this or that. And I saw somebody that contributes a good bit, but somebody on there one time said, you know, you people, you got to help yourself sometimes and do this and that and help yourself. And I'm thinking, this actual page itself was here originally for people to say, here's a pack I made, take it, not help your damn self. You know, that's what it's turned into more of, here's 900 conversations, now here's a pack, you know, and you're scrolling and scrolling through it. I'm very happy that people are helping people out, but then you'll get somebody like that, like, help your damn self, do this and that yourself. And it's like, well, I thought this page was here to just be able to come in and grab a game that you wanted, you know? So
welcome to the world of VPX pinball.
that's what I was just going to say. Greg, is that familiar at all with VPX? You go in there and ask a question, and oh my gosh, you'll get someone will help you eventually, but you'll get slammed with 10 people. What's the matter with you? Can't you figure it out? I figured it out myself. It's like,
right,
yeah. And my questions. The first guy that responded was like, I just said, is there a way in a config file to adjust the speed, the sensitivity of the spinner? And the guy's like, yeah, watch the videos posted here. And I'm like, okay, what videos are you talking about? I did a search for spinner sensitivity, and then I just did spinner. I went through 6 pages, everybody that mentioned spinners, and I didn't see any videos. I didn't see anything about sensitivity. So, oh my gosh, I dared ask the question.
Yeah, I mean, just searching the page for an hour and a half and you don't see something, so you ask the question, and then you're hitting hit with that. You know,
I did get an answer from the dude that made the videos on how to do that, and he addressed me directly, and he screenshotted some config files, and here's how you do it. This is the code you'll want to use. So I'm like, thanks, that's very helpful. That other guy's kind of a dick, but yeah, it's amazing that people can be that way about everything. Hey, Shorty, how's it going?
Hey, Shorty.
Yeah, Derek's people are usually not that. Yeah, they just expect you to know everything automatically, and I mean, even the guy that sent me the screenshots, the coding is above my. I don't know much about that type of coding, so I'm going to have to do some reverse engineering and look at some other config files. And okay, this is what he said.
Right. When it came to certain things on there and certain config, people started talking this and that. I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe I'll just wait for the Viper board to do that game, instead of trying to mess around with all this stuff here. Okay.
And it might be that too. Get the Viper board, then I'm dealing with just a raw MAME, and you can go in and just tell it to do this stuff. And it makes the config file instead of having to, which is basically, I guess, what you have to do is load it on your computer, make the config file, and then you have to change certain things so that the iArcade knows what you're talking about.
Right.
It's just, it's kind of crazy, but I thought, I was hoping that someone would be like, oh yeah, here's a Tempest, and this has the spinner at the perfect speed.
Right.
And I just download it. But I'll figure it out. If I figure it out, I'll send you the copies, of course, and put them on our Discord channel and tell people, hey, dumbasses that can't figure it out on your own, I'll put this here. Derek says he might be able to help. Yeah, I might tap your knowledge, Derek, because, I don't know much about it. Yeah, and then Livewire's talking Baller Installer has an auto update, which is much needed because right now, I got a really bad itch in my nose right now. Boy, you try to reinstall the VPX and all that stuff, and a lot of times it's just easier to just start from scratch. But apparently Baller Installer has an auto update, so you can just say update it, and it's supposed to keep all your settings and everything. I haven't done it yet, but that would be awesome. That would be awesome. But what just happened? My whole thing shut down.
Oh, we can still see you.
Yeah, I just closed my browser window. I tried to click on Livewire's thing, and it must have went up into the minimize button or something. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, we got Pose putting his deck in. To get back to your original question, Greg, Pose putting his deck in. I got mine up and running. I downloaded a handful of games that use the spinner and trackball. I would like it if I could adjust the sensitivity a little bit, but the things that are working, Centipede was the first one I tried, and it's working like just beautifully. And then I did Millipede, and the trackball's a lot slower. So it's like you feel like you got to roll it. And some people did some config files for Missile Command, and I feel like that was getting better because the first version of Missile Command, if you just do the file without the config, it seems like you're doing a lot of rolls to get where you need to go. It's not just,
If you're having trouble with that, watch the videos.
I'll watch the video. Oh, all right. Thanks, Greg. Thanks for the help there, buddy.
Can't you Google it yourself? You lazy son of a gun. What's wrong with you?
Yeah. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But I am looking forward to the Viper board because I am more familiar with just using raw MAME and not having to do things for the iArcade specifically. But so that's pretty cool.
So, since we mentioned iArcade, now I just saw this in a message back and forth. So I was eavesdropping in our little group chat. I saw, or maybe it wasn't you guys. Somewhere I saw shipping container purchased with iArcade stuff in it.
Oh yeah, that was also on that page. Now a guy came on the modders page the day before that, and he had just a bar top, and he said, "Hey guys, I got this brand new bar top. How do I download the games for it?" And right away, people started ripping on this guy. They said this is not brand new, because they could see where the corner protectors had been on it and where people had their hands on the thing, So they started questioning this guy and like ripping on the guy. Well, the next day he came clean. He had talked to one of the mods. He said, okay, here's the truth. I got this. There was an auction for the storage container, and it turns out it was Jong's. And it came with, I think it was 40 boxed iArcades, and then others that were built that never had the games. I'm assuming all of them never had the games downloaded to them. So they're just stock iArcades, different models. And they've never had anything downloaded to them. So he's like, what can I do with these things? You know, they don't have anything downloaded to them. So, of course, there's people right away saying, hey, I'll buy this off you and that off you. And, of course, going to try to lowball the guy. So I don't know. And he doesn't even know at this point what he's going to do with these things. But I guess Jong just didn't pay the rental fee, the storage fee. And they put this thing up for auction. And he's got all these. The box is still sealed on most of them. Some of the ones looked really cool that are already built. They had that mutant football one or whatever that looked pretty sweet, I thought, you know. And yeah, I mean, if he could find a way to get a hold of a bunch of the mystery encoder chips and sell those things, you know, then you'd be in business. And there's guys that already own the cabinets that, of course, want to get a hold of these things. So. I don't know.
If you got one of those cabinets, though, and you're able to get one of Glenn's things, you're golden, right?
Yeah. If somebody, well, I mean, yeah, that's the other option. If they could get the Viper board and Glenn's deck. But Bart had his video come out before Glenn did, by the way, about installing the board or the deck. And I watched Glenn's the other night. He sold 666 of those decks that we got. That's how many he sold, and he doesn't have many more. And he has enough, he said, but some of them he's holding for certain people, and he doesn't know if he's going to make more. So that's the thing. We kind of got in on it when the getting was good. There might not be a bunch more out there. So that's, yeah, that might be it. The end of this.
It's strange.
I'm a little jealous of you guys for buying something that when you first bought those and then it went under. I thought these poor bastards bought these things and got doubled or what screwed. But then when it all unfolded, you guys jumping on buying those items for it. I mean, I would gladly trade my Act games. Not that there's anything majorly wrong with it. It works, but it's going backwards compared to you guys going forward with your item. And I believe yours item is a much heavier, solid, better equipped, I guess, product.
Yeah, it's good quality build. It is amazing that both with Glenn's deck, the Viper board's not even out yet, but it's the same situation. And that mystery encoder chip, they were kind of like, yeah, we're only making X amount. You got to do the pre-order. You get in this week or you're done. And now mystery encoder has done that, 3 or 4 times now. They've done some more, but he's kind of building them. It's like I'll open orders up for a week, and however many I get, that's how many we're making. And Glenn did the same thing. It's like we're making. So Poe and I were both like, okay, let's do it today.
Yeah, if you weren't at the right place at the right time, and that's still proof that that's happening. There are people coming in these groups saying, what's this deck? Where do I get this? So there are people coming into those groups that have no idea what this thing is, that have had their iArcades for how long now, you know, and they're kind of shit out of luck, or they might be shit out of luck, you know. They're not going to be able to get a hold of these things. And
I get
that's a shame.
Especially a guy like Glenn. I mean, I don't know him, seen him channel a few times, but yeah, you don't, I mean, he's just an individual, right? I mean, you can't expect him to invest in making a couple million of these things or a couple 100,000, you know. You're only going to make what you know you can sell. I mean, there's can't be that big a profit margin. Because he's having to outsource.
Glenn outsourced that, right? It's being built by a company, I think, that he designed it, sent the plans over to this manufacturing plant, I think, and they're putting them together. Because I don't know where Glenn's at, but they're shipping out of California.
Right.
And you'd almost have to do that because you think about it. I mean, I built these 2 pinball machines, and I built an arcade machine using a Pi for a guy in at his lake place. When I go out there to Lake Lotawana, you know, we've flown out there. You flew out there with me. But I built one for him. But if I was to advertise that I wanted to build those, I'd have to find, give somebody the plans that I came up with, and then at that point, why would they even bother with me? They'd just say, "Hey, we can sell these." I don't have any. Matter of fact, I wonder how Glenn must have protected himself somehow to outsource this company to keep this company from saying, "Okay, thanks, Glenn. We'll take it from here."
Right.
What do you mean you're cut? We don't need you anymore.
Yeah, but it is amazing though. Like Poe was saying, there are people that I don't know if they're stumbling across a iArcade that someone's selling used on eBay or something, or the Facebook Marketplace, and then they go to the Facebook groups and like, "What's this chip? What's this board? How do I get?" And the orders are done. So,
Right.
yeah. So when this Viper board comes out that Glenn's making, which for people that don't know, that's basically it's like a Raspberry Pi, but Glenn's making it himself, designing it. You can put MAME on it and other emulators. It'll plug right into his control deck, and there's actually a button. It's a split button, kind of like the 4-way, 8-way joystick button. And you can tell it boot into iArcade or boot into the Viper board. So it's basically like adding a Raspberry Pi to the iArcade.
You're
And
right.
you can switch between the two systems. So
And I think Bobby Boo's doing a front end now that's probably going to be like one of those ones that has all of your game systems on it. Like your NES, SNES. I'm assuming that's what it's going to be, a front end like that, where you can choose the system and then have all your ROMs in there for the games and stuff.
See, I've got,
Yeah.
when it comes to the ad games, I've got the mini, control deck. I got the Gamer Pro, and then I've got the Ultimate cabinet. And I've always said, I can play the pinball games then rotate the screen all on the mini and the Ultimate. I mean, the Gamer Pro, but I got a Raspberry Pi 3 here, and I'm thinking about just getting into the back of the cabinet and trying to figure out. That's the only thing I hate is it looks nasty. You got to run the video input to the front of the Legends Ultimate. Same thing with the USB and for the controls. I want to try to figure out a way to mount this inside the cabinet and go in through the back and find out where those connect to the board at and connect this up directly. I'd love to just turn that on and have it boot this and just play my Raspberry Pi, because I'd have a arcade cabinet run off an Raspberry Pi. And then I guess if I wanted to unplug it all, I could go back and use the act games. But you go to, what is it, Arcade Punks, I can get 5,000 or 6,000 games loaded on here. I'm done, What?
Right. Yeah, and that's what's cool with this. We can put the Viper board right in the iArcade. It's just plug and play almost. Just push a button right on the control deck and it switches between the two systems. You don't have to unplug anything. You don't have to change anything. You just, whoop, okay. Which is
another. Oh, good.
Go ahead, Poe.
I want to see what
another nice thing he did was he put mounting holes on that deck. I think it's the front and the side there, in case he comes out with a place to mount like the Star Wars yoke or a steering wheel in the future for this deck of his. So, I mean, that would be cool to be able to put a steering wheel or a shifter on this thing, play like Spy Hunter or something in the future on this thing, or Star Wars arcade,
Right.
Yeah, I see what Derek said. Yeah, I'm going to have to look for that, because I know there's got to be a way. And I guess if I got some nice cable mount things, I could make them look nicer, but it just looks like crap to me. I know when I first got it, I was going to do a comedian comic type tutorial on the act games, and I was going to say, look how easy this is to hook up, and I was going to bring a computer over and a Raspberry Pi and a million wires of wire and say, yeah, you can hook anything you want up to this. You just got it. And then where are you going to put it? I was just going to make this. And I thought, no.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. And the only thing I was going to throw in is that split button. I'd never seen split buttons like that. And when you switch that 4-way, 8-way automatic gate switcher thing is just amazing. Push the button changes colors. So you can know just by glancing at it if it's red, it's in 8-way. If it's blue, it's in 4-way. But you just push it, play some Donkey Kong or Pac-Man in 4-way mode, and then you want to play. I jumped on to Time Pilot, switched it back to 8-way, play it. Oh, now I'm going to play Logger so Mike doesn't feel left out. So I push it back. But for Logger, you need like a no way. That's the only way to play Logger efficiently. But yeah, I mean, just pushing the button and it just switches. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
Livewire says I can look for a flat HDMI cable too, and I have seen those. So, I don't know. I just need to invest more time in that, but sounds like a good project over the winter.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So it's working good. The Glenn's deck. If you can get a hold of one still, I would recommend it. If he does another pre-order fiasco thing and all that, jump on it. If you have an arcade and it comes available in any way, shape, and form, but watch out. The profiteers are out there in force. I saw one. Yes, I actually was going to say, hey, Greg, this guy, if he was a little closer, and then I read the whole thing. He's selling an arcade. I think it's one of the the wrestling ones you got, Poe. And he has the Glenn deck. He didn't install it. It's still in box, and he wants like $900. It's like,
Wow.
dude, you paid $300 for the unit,
Right.
and 100 or two. Even if you round it up, what is he? $600 tops. And he's selling it for $9. So you got to watch out for that. There are people out there making it sound like it's a great deal, but they're making money off of selling their arcades.
Sure.
People are talking about it with the deck and the chip. So, but yeah, it's a good deal. We got lucky, I think, Poe and I.
Yeah.
Well, if that's the case, I mean, I'm going to segue into the next segment that I wanted to bring up tonight, and that is a real pinball, Stern Pinball machines. And if anybody's interested, you'll get a chance in this next video to see my Stern Stranger Things pinball machine. And anybody's interested, I do have it up for sale for $20,000.
What? How about $20?
Oh.
Oh,
He knows what he's got.
It's no longer.
I just did a code update on it, which is basically what I'm going to talk about. And if you don't mind, I'm going to segue into that because I got the website brought up here that I'm just going to look at. But I didn't explain this in the quick video I got. I got a notification that Stern. This is crazy. Usually you get a machine. The Stranger Thing I've had for 2 years. I think it was out a year before I got it. And then they quit making them, obviously. They move on to the next machine. But they'll update the code either to the glitches or problems in it, or they'll come up with new things to add to it to make it more exciting, enhance it. A lot of it's feedback from people that got them. But usually, a year and a half into it, once you get the last update, as a matter of fact, mine had the latest update on it just when I got it. So I've never had to update it. And they're pretty simple to update. The newest ones, have a connect feature where they go on the Wi-Fi and you can just tell it to update like you do your computer online. Now, mine does not have the Wi-Fi feature, which is pro and con for some people, but all you do is you download the code on your computer, you put it on a USB stick, and you stick it in the machine. The machine backglass comes off, and there's a nice little place for that USB plug to go in. And you turn the machine off and back on, and it instantly recognizes whatever that code is you put on there, and 10 minutes later, it's updated. And so that's pretty cool. But I just want to tell you that they rarely do this, but on 11.14, there's too many to mention. I am scrolling through I don't know how many pages. Okay, the last updates. Okay, here's 2023, and then I'm going through updates. Then it goes back to 2022, 2 of 2022. Is that something on my end?
It sounds like a dog. Is it your mouse?
Oh, that might be that might be Sammy. She's laying over there. She might be dreaming.
Okay. Yeah, that is Poe. Poe looks like he's got gas.
That's Stretch Armstrong. He wants me to take him out of the handcuffs now. No, Stretch. After the show.
The last major updates came out from Stern. I'm looking at their update page. It was 2/24/2022. And then now, starting on 11/14/2023, Deadpool, Mandalorian, my God, the Avengers. It's almost every game they've got. The Beatles, Gold, Star Wars, James Bond, Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles. And on the list, just to go all the way to the top, was a Stranger Things. That is cute. Is that what that is? That's your puppy.
Yeah. Sammy, what are you dreaming about? Stranger Things?
Probably. The guy talking. He's driving me nuts. But yeah, the Munsters, they've all got updates on them. So I downloaded the update and I put it in, and all it did was add some more games, I guess you could say, to it. And the game, it has a pinball game. The pinball, obviously, but then you can then play with the flippers, and the newer ones have a DJ mode where it'll play music from the soundtrack of the game. It'll just play that while it's in a track mode. But it also has these side games, and it's always had just one on it. And it was when you can set up, just gave you a multi-ball, and you tried to accomplish certain things within a certain time period. As a matter of fact, Kelly and Bart were up here visiting. It was called, I forget what it's called. I'll show it to you in the video, but it's Kelly won that and got her name on our machine. And it's been on there ever since they've been here until I did this update. All the other high scores stayed, but that's what this thing did. It affected those other games, and it took her off.
Oh.
Yeah. So I feel if you're listening, you're going to have to come back up here to take your title back. But it added like 3 or 4 new games like that. And so I shot a video of us doing one of them, and I'm going to show it to you right now. And again,
sounds like bullshit to me too, Kelly.
I know. I feel. But don't complain to me. Here's Stern's Pinball's phone number. Call them and you know what it replaces them with? That's the gripe I got with Stern. All the high scores on the machine are set. Instead of starting at 0 and whoever gets on the machine first and plays gets the high score, then somebody beats that. No, they got certain levels that they set up, and the people that work at Stern's initials in them. So hers got replaced with somebody from Stern. I mean, I had no say in that. I think that's just dumb shit.
Tune in next week, people, when Greg says that Arcade 1-Up had a patch for his Galaga, so my high score got knocked off the Galaga update.
His high score is still on the Galaga machine. I'm going to do a video on that.
He was smiling pretty big when he made that announcement about Kelly's name getting wiped off there. I'm so sorry, Kelly. Oh, your name's not on my machine anymore.
I knew I was going to get shit about it, so that's what made me laugh. When I first saw it, I was extremely pissed. As if it shows. I thought, this is crazy. But then when the show was coming on, I said, I'm going to catch hell for this. It doesn't matter what I'm going to do. I'm just going to laugh about it and be done with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
We were up near, not close enough that it was convenient, but we were about 4 hours away from Greg's house. And I told Greg in the pre-show when he told me this, if this all would have went down in October, Kelly would have been driving up there saying, we're taking a day. I'm getting back on that dang machine.
She had it for a long time. My son, my oldest son, who's up in Minnesota, is really a big pinball nerd head. He loves playing pinball. And he usually comes down here and starts putting high scores on there, but he could not beat Kelly's score last time he was in here. So yeah, Kelly, anytime you want to come back, and But leave your husband at home if he's going to start putting on my arcade, my Galaga scores. I can't even. I've gone back and played that son of a bitch I don't know how many times, and I cannot. It's like a mental block. I can't do it. Anyway, listen. Here's a short 4 or 5 minute video on Stranger Things update, and it features my lovely wife Cheryl, so you don't have to watch me the whole time. Hey everybody, down in the arcade room, check it out. Stranger Things Stern pinball machine. It's been out for a while, and I got notification that they did a update for this, that you could download the update. It's pretty simple. You just first time I've had to do it. I haven't had it that long. I've had it a couple of years, but first update since I had it. You just download the update. It's a zip file. Unzip it. Put it on a little thumb drive. Open up your trans glass, your back glass there. Put in a little USB place for a, one of those USB thumb drives, and it turn the machine off, cycle it back on, and it automatically reads that card and does the update. Now here's what the update is. Let me show you. This is kind of new. It didn't really change much in the regular game, but what it did change, we'll be looking at that screen back there, is you used to be able to hold both these down and it'd show you standard play and then competition play, and but now it added these games. Now Final Showdown Challenge was already on here, and a matter of fact, that's the only thing. When you did the update, it didn't change any of your high scores or anything, other than Kelly, Off Grid Arcade's wife, had the high score on there, and it took that off because that's what it did. It upgraded these different games. So unfortunately, she's not on the high score anymore, but it did keep all our regular scores on there. You can see Grand Champion. Of course, some of these names are names of people that work for Stern if you've never beat that score yet, which we haven't. But anyway, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it up for Demogorgon Challenge, which we've never played before. I just did this. And I'm going to hit that, start it. Take a look here. Okay, now I'm going to let Cheryl play it. Weren't really prepared for that. Evidently what this is a timed event. It's a Demogorgon multi-ball. I should explain to Cheryl, ball save is always on. It's just how good you can get in a certain amount of time. 2, 1. And that's it. It's completed. So let's see. 2 Demogorgons, 20. Okay, she gets to enter initials. So I'll go ahead and do that for her. C. A. Is this how you want it? C-A-V. N. Okay, now. That's pretty cool. DG Challenge, Demogorgon Challenge Champ is C-A-V. Now let's go through these modes. High score, high score, high score, high scores that we haven't achieved yet on the table. Now, Demogorgon Challenge Champion CAV. She got 2 Demogorgons for. Now I gotta go back all the way through it again. $24,327,130. And like I said, it defaulted back for the Final Showdown Challenge to BRE, which was what was originally on the game, and that was Kelly. So my apologies to Kelly for losing her high score on there. Don't blame me. You can blame Stern. Okay, everybody, there you go. There's one of the few things they changed. If Cheryl will show the back glass one more time, there was that one. Okay, the Demogorgon challenge, Send It Back challenge, Light the Fire challenge, and Final Showdown challenge was already there. So there's some new things that it added. So there you go. There's an update on what happened on Stern Pinball and their latest update for Stranger Things. Back to the show.
Cool.
Nice.
I recorded that this way, so I had to take us off so, we could all pick our noses and do stuff while the video's playing without it showing. I was describing it wrong earlier. They're challenges. The game stayed the same. But there was that one challenge called the Final Showdown. That's what Kelly had. And each one of them, you had to beat. See, they put a minimum high score of 25 million on there. Well, they might have changed. Some of them might have been different. But so Cheryl beat the one when she did hers, and she got to put her initials in. And then I think that second one, this new one that they added, I did play it, and I got like 240. I got lucky. Never played it before at all, but I got lucky and was hitting everything right. And Cheryl was videoing when I did that, but unfortunately the video, she hit the wrong button. The video didn't come out, so I don't have video of it. But I do have the high score on there. But I got like 240 some million. It was just phenomenal. That one is timed. I haven't really checked the other one. I think they're all timed though, and it's after 60 seconds. You quit getting the ball saved. And they might have heard it on that one. It even counted down 3, 2, 1. It was over.
Yeah, that was pretty slick looking with all the lights and everything and the balls are slapping.
Yeah.
That was cool.
So
Yeah, it's a cool table.
Exciting to me when I saw this update to this code. I thought, wow, I never in my right mind would have thought that Stern would update the code for that. And I heard they're going to update one day. They're hoping they'll update that DJ mode that's on there. Because right now, it just plays songs that are already in there, which are not full songs. And I don't know about Stingray. I mean, Stranger Things. I don't think it had any really outstanding songs on the soundtrack. But like, let's think you had Guardians of the Galaxy. Wouldn't it be cool if you could take and put it into DJ mode when it's in a track mode, and it would play full tracks? The machine only plays partial tracks. Somebody was saying, a matter of fact, I think it was Retro Route, said a long time in a video, he had a Stranger Things that sometimes people write their own code for these things. And you can get that machine's run off an SD card, not a micro SD. I have to open it up sometime and show you guys the back. The whole machine's run off an SD card. And there are places you can find replacement SD cards for those that unlock. Somebody's gone in and hacked them, and you can just pop that card out and pop the new card in. I haven't been able to find out who's got it or where to get it. I mean, it's evidently a well-kept secret. So anyway, that's all I had. But I just thought it was cool. I love that machine, and it just got a little better.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
sweet. And that Stranger Things theme music is awesome too. So whenever that starts playing at the end, man, that's a cool machine to have for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
I forgot. There's something else I found on it today too, and I'm not sure if it was already always on there. But when the machine's in a tracked mode or off, that ramp to the Demogorgon, which is a movie theater screen, and then it pops down for you to watch to hit your Demogorgon. Well, I found a way to in the menu to leave that down when the machine's off or when it's in the track mode. So the Demogorgon's kind of, the toy, the main toy is that what they call in a pinball machine, the toy is the Demogorgon, but you can't see it unless you're playing and it's in that mode. Well, now when I shut the machine down, that gate comes down and it displays that Demogorgon.
That's cool.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
And the last thing I'll say about Cheryl and I played today, the goal on that Demogorgon is to hit it 5 times or get it down its throat. And it's a real small hole, the size almost not much bigger than the ball. Well, I shot one today and it got in that mouth and got stuck. It just.
Oh.
It doesn't like a ball in its mouth.
Yeah.
I would know.
Right in there.
Like Funhouse.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, normally you have to take,
Rudy does like it.
you have to take. I was afraid I'd have to take the glass off. Well, you know, since it's got a shaker in it, what it does is if it doesn't feel any ball movement up after a while, and it thinks it's locked up, it'll start throwing that shaker, and there's other things in there that it clicks and vibrates, and it did it enough to make that ball come back out. But I thought that was just wild. That I thought, where the hell did the ball go? Some bitch right there.
That's funny.
Interesting. So,
Nice.
what else you guys got? You guys got anything? I looked through my list. I know. I wanted to talk about your 2600, the trackballs. I wanted to talk about the new code. We talked about. Did we talk about the DLC for?
Hey, Greg. Can I
Yeah.
talk real soon? Because I got to take off at 5:20 to go pick up my son. But I did have something. Black Friday.
Oh, sure. Yeah, do it. I was
Yeah.
getting ready to ask you next what you had.
Sure. Yeah, I went to GameStop, so I ended up picking some stuff up. Like I want to show. Now usually I don't pick up Xbox One X controllers, but I ended up getting this. It's a what is it? Stellar Shift. Oh, and it's kind of a bluish color. Sorry, there we go. But anyways, they're technically $69, but I ended up paying like $49 for that. And then I had to go pick up a PS5 controller as well. It's a there we go. It's a camouflage one. And
It certainly was. Couldn't see it at
I
all.
couldn't see it. Yeah.
It's transparent. That's pretty cool.
But anyways, yeah, it's camouflage. I had to get that one. And usually these things go for like almost like $70, I think. Isn't it, Poe? Around $70
Yeah.
or so?
Yeah, I think it is.
So
Yeah.
it was $49, and I picked that up along with Mortal Kombat 1 for the PS5.
Nice.
Nice.
But yeah, and that's technically $69. So ended up getting that. And what's kind of funny, I played it a little bit on Friday, and I'm like, wow, this game's pretty good. The storyline. And then ended up beating it on Saturday. I kept playing it like, oh, I gotta beat this game. So yeah, ended up playing and beating Mortal Kombat 1. And
Cool.
happy to report it's a really good game as far as the storyline goes. I'm glad they made the female characters attractive again compared to how they were doing. I don't know why they had a kind of a shift on how the girls should look on it, but I love the representation, how the female characters look on it. And one of the things I saw on the credits, Kelly Hugh was in on the game. Megan Kelly, she voiced in the game as well. So I had like 2 people I recognized off the bat that were voicing the characters off the game. So then Jean-Claude Van Damme, you can buy his voice for Johnny Cage. It'll come out later, I think. I'm not sure if it's here yet. I got to go see it, look into that, but I'm going to probably buy that. And they have his little quips that he does. For those of you that don't know or remember from the arcade game, they were supposed to have Jean-Claude Van Damme as Johnny Cage, but I don't know if he said no to it. But that's actually pretty funny since Mortal Kombat's been popular. He agreed to have his voice be Johnny Cage for the game. So you can buy that DLC for him, and he'll say his little quips and stuff. And you can do that was it that the nut punch from his movie Bloodsport? So he does that. I'm like, yeah, I want to do the nut punch. But yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Now, did they add any other characters this time around? Like before you had like RoboCop? I mean, they went all nuts with Mortal Kombat 11, right? With Rambo and
yeah, Rambo,
Terminator.
Terminator. No, I didn't see. What's that show with the Is it
My Little Pony.
No, the with the superheroes on TVs. I'm not sure of that show. What it's called. But it was like, I'm not sure if it's on Netflix or Amazon, but they have those characters on it. I'm not sure. Omni-Man, are you familiar with him?
I've heard of that.
Yeah. So they're getting him on there, but the only person I recognized was Jean-Claude Van Damme. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to buy his voice for the game because that's going to be pretty funny to have him.
I heard they used Greg for Trapper John MD. Look at him. He looks like Trapper John MD ever since he got rid of them glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they have
That's a
some really
throwback.
good deals. But yeah, it's kind of funny. I had a friend. He went to Best Buy, so they had their Black Friday sale there, and he was like looking around. And I said, "Is it busy?" And it wasn't really busy. There wasn't a lot of people. And then he told me, he's like, "Mike, you know who's the only people that are here shopping?" I go, "Who?" Elderly folk. Like, people that don't order stuff online. He's like, yeah, they're here buying like electronics. He didn't see really any young people there shopping. I'm like, wow, that's different because Black Friday used to be kind of a thing. And I seen something on YouTube too. A guy went to his Best Buys and there wasn't a lot of people, not like before. So I think more people are just buying things online. Like even when I went to GameStop that Friday, they said they were going to open up at 5. I'm like, 5 in the morning? And they had it opened, and I looked around, and there was only probably like 1 or 2 people in buying stuff. So yeah, it seems like it's dying on my end. Yeah,
people don't go to the GameStops around here because there ain't shit inside. They ain't got nothing. Yeah. I can get that for you. Let me order it for you online. It'll charge you so much shipping. I'm like, well, can't you put some shit in your store and pay to ship it here and let me get it here?
Yeah.
Hey.
Right.
Yeah, ours is pretty good. I like our GameStop at my town and stuff. They usually have that's where I buy the hats. I got the Sonic the Hedgehog hat that I'm wearing right now, and that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles hat. I bought it from them. They always have cool stuff, and then what's kind of cool, if it's been there for a while, they'll eventually discount the price, which I'll usually buy. If it's something I want, oh, that's a good price, I'll go pick it up. But,
I didn't even really go online. I mean, Black Friday, we didn't go anywhere. The only thing I did buy was a microphone, and that's because I'm sick of carrying my good microphone from here into the house and back out again. So
yeah.
I got this, and I don't even know if it's good. Amazon said it was good. It's a Blue Yeti? I don't know, something like that.
Uh-oh.
It's heavy.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
Recognize that. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I got that.
It's a heavy son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's heavy. And I bought a boom arm finally because they suggested that with this and on Amazon. So I got the boom arm. I just didn't set it up yet, so figured I can set that up here permanently and take the other one in the house when I do the arcade and the consoles and stuff in there and keep it in the house.
And it has that shield, right? Does it have the shield like this? So
I have a couple of those sitting around for my old microphone. So I don't know if this one came with one. I didn't even take it out of the box yet, but yeah, I mean, it got good reviews.
Every time I see anybody with one of those shields, I just expect them to any minute now. Well, Mike, you got a shield? You got one, right?
Yeah, it's so that when you say pop or anything, it doesn't have that crackle. Snap.
Well, get right up next to it, though. Get right up next to it for me and help me out here. Because every time I see one of those shields, This is the first thing that comes to mind. I want you to repeat after me. We are the world. We are the children.
Yeah, Michael Jackson. I'm down for that.
You guys are
Yeah.
I missed
You
that
were
whole
awesome.
part of the conversation because I was just stunned when Poe said he had something in the box and he hasn't even opened it yet. It was so unlike Poe.
Dear
It
Lord,
threw me off.
there's so much stuff sitting in here right now. If my wife comes in, she'll throw it all in a dumpster. That garage is a mess. It's not a garage. It's my studio. Stop it.
It would
Get
be a
that shit
shorter
out of there and put a car in. The snow's coming.
It would be a shorter list if Poe listed all the things he has opened in his life than what he has at his house that he hasn't.
I got my arcade ripped to pieces in the basement. Hopefully she's not in there right now. It's probably all going on a garbage bag. What can we get rid of? She asked me to bring the Christmas tree up to there. I'm like, oh, I can't. The arcade's laid out across the floor down there. I'll step on it if I get the Christmas tree out.
You know that going back to that mic though, you know one nice thing about it, it's got a. I'm not using headphones here, but you know you can hook your headphone up to that mic, and it'll act when you plug it into USB. It'll act as your one-shop audio in, audio out.
Yeah, that's what my other one, my old one. I have the headphones in it right now, and I really like it. I can't even remember what make it is, but when I saw this other one, I'm like, I've been meaning to do that because I'm always running outside to grab this one and take it back inside. And then I'll think it's, in there and I come out here and I'm like, oh, now I got to go back in the house and get it. And I'm fat. I don't need to make that many trips in it. Oh, I need to make that many trips in and out of the house. I don't want to. So now I got 2 of them. Now I'll probably have both of them out here and I'll be in the house, But
And I think you'll really like that mic. Now I have the Yeti in the game room. I got the Yeti Snowball mic, and it works on 2 of the computers in it. The laptop, which I do the Switch games on, and the at game stuff, and then but the one that's a pinball machine. There's 2 machines that are exactly alike. It works on one, not on the other, and it says it can't find the drivers. And I go online to find the drivers. It says it finds them, it loads them, and it's a Yeti, but it's the Yeti Snowball. And I mean, I have sent emails to their company, and they say, kind of like what you're talking about, we're gone full circle, Bart. If you search our website, we have the drivers for those. Yeah, I've done that. It doesn't work. Well, you're getting the wrong ones. Well, which ones are they? Go to the website and look. Now we're back full circle again. I did that. And each email's like a week apart, so a month went by. Finally, I said, if it quits working on the other ones, I'm going to throw it out in the backyard. I'll give it to your wife. Put it in a bag.
Oh shoot. Well, if you guys are still running, I'll come right back. So I'm going to go pick up my son right now. So catch you later.
all right.
Okay,
All
Mike.
right. Later, Mike.
Later.
Okay, let's get out of
Just
here.
watch
before
the
it gets
videos,
dark.
Greg. Just watch the videos. That's all you got to do.
I said, let's get out of here before Mike gets back.
Yeah, but it was just one of those things. I was looking at stuff on there and I saw it and I'm like, I definitely want another mic. And then, of course, Amazon does that. People that bought this also buy this and this. And I saw that boom and I'm like, I've always been interested in getting one of those booms. That'll get it up off of this chair that I have my microphone on. So, of course, then I clicked on that and I bought that boom for the microphone too. So once I get that all set up, hopefully I'll have things nice and neat out here and hopefully everything will work.
This mic sits quite a ways away from me, and I find that, matter of fact, if I move it any closer, I've been accused of it being overdriven. But one thing I can't stand is somebody on YouTube where you turn the volume all the way up, and you can hear them talking like this, and that's all you can hear them saying like this. I mean, at least if I'm too loud, you can turn it down.
Right.
This guy's describing how to make this mouse work. And what you do is the first thing you do is you take it over here like this and move it over. Can't hear the guy. What?
And I got to watch over the video clips, some of the stuff I was doing tonight with the arcade because I brought this other one in the house. And I had it sitting there on the one table in my basement. But then I had my back to it, not thinking about it while I'm working at the cabinet. And then I'm thinking, I wonder if that picked up anything of what I was saying while I was, working at the cabinet. So it's like I should have actually moved it on top of the cabinet while I was working on the thing. And I wasn't really thinking about that while I was doing it. So I'm not really the how-to kind of video maker.
Right.
Yeah. Of course, I did my normal. Speaking of microphone issues, because we went on that trip up there for the wedding, so I pre-recorded all those truck sim videos and stuff while I was gone, so they'd keep playing. And then we got back and did the show, and then I went to record my first thing and forgot to set my microphone settings back. So I went into edit, and all you hear is "whoa," and you can see my mouth moving. Whoa, now. I'm like, son of a, wasted another video. So at least when I'm in the house, I don't have that problem because I use this.
Since we're brought up the driving thing, I was going through my list, and then I didn't realize Mike had to go. I was going to go to him next, but we were talking about DLC, Kansas DLC coming out. So I'm
Thursday.
They updated the software again. Which I know
149.
Yeah. And what it does, it takes you can go wherever you want. If you're in the middle of a job, it stops it. But fortunately, I wasn't in the middle of a job. But I decided to go somewhere I hadn't been, up to the northwest. So I went up that way. And then I'm working my way back to Kansas. Figured I'll get as much money as I can coming back. I'm up to $200,000 in there now.
The dog's snoring again.
I can't wait to get back to Kansas and buy another shop and a truck and another driver. And so that's my goal, is to head it. Did you have anything you wanted to say about the updates and the?
Let me wake the dog up.
She's fine. What dog is it? Tell us that real quick.
It's the Chihuahua. It's Sammy. Sammy, come here, you little fatto. She's kind of big dog for a Chihuahua. She don't want to. She's looking at me like, no, I'm comfy in my bed. No, but yeah, the 149 update came out, like you said, last week. It came out on Thanksgiving Day, actually, is when it came out. Right. And there's some graphical updates for the sky boxes and stuff like that, and that's cool. And automatic headlights and
cool.
I don't know what else. So some other little stuff.
I saw your video on how to go adjust that. And man, I shot today, I got tagged a $900 headlight fine.
Yeah, I think I did that video and I said, hey, I can avoid. Let me do this right away. I want to, and then I got a headlight fine anyway. You have to turn them on and leave them on, and then they'll turn on and off, I guess, by themselves. But if you have the switch off, you'll still get screwed. But and I haven't driven at night, so I don't know for any length of time. So I don't know about the automatic high beam, but I turned that on too. But then this Thursday, the 30th, which is turning into a big day, we can combine it because there's not a whole lot to say. I mean, the 30th of November is when the Kansas comes out. So, and I'm sure there's going to be a World of Trucks thing with that again, where you got to visit all 14. There are 14 cities in Kansas.
There's already an announcement up when I started up the game today.
Mm-hmm.
It instantly had a thing I could click on. It says what to look forward to. The Kansas event will be starting November 30th. And it had, I didn't read it all, but it had a list of all the criteria.
Yeah. And then Polo is he's already typing in what I was going to say. The November 30th is also Pinball M.
And I have to comment on that once you're done here. I have to make a comment on that for sure.
Yeah, we can move over. That's really all I got to say, because Kansas is going to be here and that little event, so we'll be doing videos. I'm sure Greg's going to do videos. I'll be doing videos, but yeah, I was ready to segue right into the Pinball M.
I'll let Poe say what he was going to say first, because I might have been going to say the same thing. So I'm curious to hear what he's got to say.
Well, no, this is just something. I went up to see my parents today, and one of my brothers was there, the one that's still into gaming a bit, like I am. He don't have a PS4, or PS5. He has a PS4 still, but he never got into the pinball, but he loves the Thing, the movie, and he had the Thing for the original Xbox, that game, and he still talks about it 20 years later. That game for the Xbox was a really cool game, and so I showed him that trailer for that game, and he was on the edge of the chair watching this thing, and he's like, I want to play pinball. He liked the looks of that, and it just looks so freaking great that's the first Pinball M game I want to play as soon as I get the thing. I don't have Steam or wherever it was you guys got to play, so I'm waiting for this thing like everybody else, and that's the first one. I'm throwing the money down as soon as I can get this thing. Now, I want to play them all, but yeah, the thing is the one that I'm looking forward to most, and I know he is now. He's ready to jump into pinball just to play this thing. So,
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I thought she was going to say
What do you
something
got,
like,
Greg?
well, Zen Studios, just in time for Christmas, the Halloween games are right.
Yeah, really.
Right.
And then I heard that Pinball FX is going to release Charlie Brown's Christmas. Is that something that I?
That looks
December
pretty
7th.
cool too. Yeah,
December
December 7th is a huge day for. Actually, they're a week apart. November 30th and December 7th. You're talking about a week apart, and it's just Zen Pinball bonanza. And of course, like you said, yeah, Pinball M, right? Just in time for Christmas. Let's get these horror themed. But I'm with you, Poe. I'm all about the Thing. That table looks awesome.
Yeah.
And I was playing some Chucky pinball the other day just to get back into the mode. I like that table a lot too. But and I think there's going to be a pack where you can buy all the tables on release day. Of course, the one you get for free, the Wrath of the Elder Gods, that's free. And I think all four of the other ones are going to be.
You already have Wrath of the Elder Gods on Pinball FX, but are they different looking? They're different looking though, right?
Yeah. Yes, yeah. The Pinball M version has more blood and guts to it. There's a red theme to it. There's blood. There's gore on the table. But yeah, they're saying you're going to get a discount if you buy all four of the tables in a pack. So that's cool. But then, like you were saying, the following week on December 7th, they are doing this one in time. Charlie Brown Christmas is looking good. It looks like a cool little table. But they got the new Star Trek tables. Three different Star Trek tables are coming out. They're releasing Epic Quest and Excalibur as a little 2-pack, which are remakes from previous. They were FX3 tables, but they're coming out, and that is a charity pack. So the proceeds from that pack with Epic Quest and Excalibur, all the money goes to charities. If you're over in Europe, it goes to one charity, and if you're in the United States, it goes to a different charity.
Yeah, I think it was like a children's hospital where they donate the tables to children's hospital.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. What else was it? There's another. Oh, the board game tables. That's a 3-pack of tables, also with the something about Mars. I don't know. I don't know what they're called because I don't play the board games, but the tables look cool. So yeah, there's going to be, like, if you count the Pinball M, and then a week later, all of those, there's like 3, 6, 10, 11, 12 or 13 tables coming out in the next couple weeks here, between Pinball M and Pinball FX.
Now, Pinball, and that's cool because I've been saving up for this stuff. But Pinball M is going to be on Epic and on Steam, I assume, and the other platform, PlayStation 5, but will not be on the Nintendo Switch.
They said later down the road.
Yeah, later in
Yeah.
December. They're saying still in December, but
Right.
and
the same with the new,
all the new tables for FX that are coming out on December 7th. They'll be for all the platforms: Xbox, PlayStation, Steam, Epic, all of this stuff, Pinball M and Pinball FX tables. And then later in December, hopefully before Christmas for the Charlie Brown Christmas, but if Pinball M's anything, it might be the 27th or something. But
I wish they would have made a
yeah.
new Garfield Christmas too to go with the Charlie Brown Christmas. That would have been sweet.
Right. Yeah, that would be awesome. But yeah, this is going to be an expensive couple weeks because I'll be buying Kansas, I'll be buying Pinball M, I'll be buying, and then whenever a couple weeks later, I'll be double dipping all them Pinball M and those other tables onto the Switch.
Bart, I know you'll be busy, and I did see that you did send something. I didn't get to read it. I did get you something for the MetaQuest today, and that was all because you made a Quest video about Black Friday sales. And I turned that on, your video, while I was driving to my parents today. So I went on to look at the Black Friday sales, and I saw a game that it's all about jump scares, and I like watching you play jump scares. So that's why I bought you a game on the Quest. And I bought it for myself, too. At some point, hopefully, I'll get to it, too. But whenever you have time, I'd like to see you get the shit scared out of yourself on YouTube. So hopefully it's a fun game.
I'm looking at I came home from work, and I'm just chilling out, hanging out. And then I said, well, I'll check my emails. And it's like, you got a gift VR game from Poe. And I'm like, what's this? And then, so I sent you that thing. I'm like, what's this all about? And then I went and looked at it, and I had looked at that game during their sales, and I'm like, that looks pretty cool. I just didn't pull the trigger, but I was looking at it, and then I kind of got away from it and forgot all about it. And then you sent it, and I watched the video, and I'm like, oh shit, that's that game I was gonna. So yeah,
when we were both playing The Exorcist at the same time, I thought that was a lot of fun. So, and it's on sale for Black Friday. I thought, well, that would be something fun, to be able to do, or watch you do that anyway. So, pretty neat. Hopefully it is a good game. So,
well, do you want me to wait until you're playing it at the same time?
Oh no, you don't have to, because you know me. I'll probably get to it about 5 years from now.
I mean,
so.
I should be available in August, so we can. When you get to it,
you guys mentioned the Quest.
I was gonna play it tomorrow. Is what I was gonna do. I was like, dude, I'm playing this tomorrow. And
do it, because I mean the price was definitely right on the thing, So this was definitely the time to jump on it. So I'm glad you brought up the Black Friday sales on there, because I would have just missed it totally.
Yeah, some of those games, they had some crazy 65, 70% off. Just some insane pricing. So
I need to get mine out. I just told Cheryl today, I said I haven't had it on since I don't need the glasses anymore. And it's really a shame, because, that used to be the biggest pain in the ass to me. But I need to charge it, which is not a problem. But answer me this. Is there a way to leave that thing on and to tell it to... I hate every time I put it on, if I haven't had it on in a while, I go to a game. Oh, you got to update this. Then you set it, take it off, set it down. You go to the next game. Is there a way just to tell it to auto-update every game? I haven't found that yet in the settings.
I leave mine's right here. And now some people will tell you that it's bad. I always have it plugged in, and it's always just on standby. And 99% of the time when I don't have to do updates. They were already done. But there is a way, there is a setting that they did it to where you can tell it basically every time you turn off the headset. Before it shuts down, go look and see if anything you have needs an update, and update it. And then
I have mine set to that, but unfortunately I only have mine on about every 6 months, so I still got to update the next time I have the thing on. So
right.
Actually, you're saying when you turn it off, when you tell it to auto update, you plug it in your charger and walk away from it, and then it'll shut off after it updates, right, or something like that.
Yeah, that's the theory. It'll do the updates and turn off. I leave mine on. If it's just in standby mode and it's plugged in. So if I just push on the thing, it'll just fire. Well, you can't see, but it made a sound. Oh, probably there it went.
Yeah, I heard it. So even if it's in standby mode, it will auto. You don't have to tell it to auto update. It just will.
It just does, I guess, because mine, you know, when I golf with the boys, a lot of times they're like, "Oh shit, I gotta update," you know, and I'm like, "Mine already did the update. I don't know what you're talking about." So.
I may do what you're doing, Bart. I may just. I got that same. By the way, that Bart's got back there. That's a fun little stand.
Oh, see, Derek's got a great idea here. Write it down because this is, you know, once a year, Derek has a good idea. Die Hard table for Christmas. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah.
Die Hard table.
I wish that Grinch one would come to FX that you guys have. You know, I'd like to play a Grinch pinball table.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't played that table for quite a while. That's a fun little table. Some of those, but I don't have any of my At Game stuff set up right now. I have to. It got kind of pushed to the side when I did other stuff. You know, because I can only play those on that. You know.
Speaking of At Games, that's something else I ran into. I brought up my cabinet the other day, the Ultimate, and I thought, I'll play some pinball on the cabinet. Well, it won't let me because it says one of my At Games products is set to offline mode, and if it's set to offline mode, that means you can't play that. You know, you can play the same pinball machines. You buy them once, and you can play them on all three devices. But your machines have to be on online mode so that it can tell, you know, like, hey, you can't play this game on multiple machines at the same time. Same thing with Steam. You can't. I tried to come in here to. After I went in and shot the pinball video for today, and then came in there to play American Truck Simulator, and it made me go in there and turn the pinball machine off. Steam would. Well, so same thing with At Games. One of my. So now I got to fire up both of those, the Mini and the Gamer Pro, and find out which one. It says you got to turn those on and turn them back to online mode, and then shut them off. Otherwise, it's telling their server that you're using it exclusively offline on that machine. Don't kill me. I'm just repeating what they say because they don't want you playing off. They'll let you play offline without a connection to their server. The game that you bought, but only on one machine. And it knows when you're offline. Then you're on. Don't go back online until you want to go online. It's the most screwed up thing I've ever seen in my life. So I got to get both of those things out and figure out which one is hooked up wrong.
Wow. Yeah, I only have one, so I don't have to worry about all that. But
yeah,
I don't have it hooked up to anything right now, so I don't even know where it's at. I don't know if it's in here or if it's out in the arcade. I think I took it out into the arcade room, thinking I would hook it up to one of those monitors, but now I got the truck sim hooked up to one and the flight sim hooked up to the other, and there's nowhere to put the Legends Gamer Pro.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Well, I was kidding. I was going to stick around for Mike, but I've got to get going here pretty quick. On 8 o'clock.
We're running long here. We're at an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah. So, final thoughts. Somebody jump in. Anybody got anything they want to say at the end?
Well, final thoughts. I haven't made a real world video in a long time, and I'm trying to do that finally. And you kind of get at a dead standstill. Well, you guys know, it's like you don't make videos, you don't get subscribers. I got one subscriber this week. I have no idea where he came from, but thank you. I appreciate it. But I haven't really, aside from once in a while going on the PS5, I'm trying to. Work's been busy, and then I thought having 5 days off, I would get to it, but I got a lot of family stuff to get to. And like I said, I'm putting up the tree, I think, tonight. So I'm going to try to finish this iArcade install. But in the meantime, everybody go to Bart's video He did one just over a week ago. Great install video, and I went back and watched it again a second time before I started mine. And so I'm doing my own version of that, and I think I'm going to do a little bit of gameplay on the iArcade afterwards to show the great games that he sent to me on there. I'm excited about this. I'm really happy that we got in on this iArcade thing when we did, and that we got the board and we were able to add all these games. That thing just, it makes this cabinet priceless to me, to be able to play all these games, especially things like Mr. Dew's Castle and stuff that me and my brothers played at the local pub every Friday when my dad would take us there for pizza as kids, you know, and these games that I haven't been able to play the right way in years, and now I can. And then have the trackball on there and the spinners and stuff like that. I think this thing is awesome. And I think that Glenn providing that, and now I also have his Atari Warriors stick. I got to put this thing together, and this thing, I mean, you're building the whole thing yourself. It's just wires everywhere, you know. So this is got pretty much from scratch. But again, he has instructions in here with the QR codes. So if you're not sure, you scan it with your phone and he tells you what to do. So Glenn does step by step with that. That's what I'll be doing. And maybe we'll get to a Popeye Atari 7800 video coming soon. That's what most people are asking for. So I need to go ahead and sit down and do that. And look who's back for final thoughts.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm doing. And then I will get to the 2600 plus and this Game Station Pro that I've had sitting here. Since everybody beat me to it, it can sit here for a little bit. We'll get to it. But actually, my oldest brother, who hasn't really done gaming in a while, he sent me a message the other day. He said, "Is there anything that plays 2600 games like those flashbacks that you were talking about years ago?" And I said, "Well, yes, I have one sitting right here, oldest brother of mine." And I took a picture of it. He's interested in getting one for Christmas. I said, "This thing just came out and you can add an SD card." I said, "Actually, I'll get an SD card and I'll throw every single Atari game ever on it for you. If you want anything else on there, I'll throw it on there too, because it'll play Nintendo, Super Nintendo, whatever you want to throw at the thing, you can throw on an SD card. And if you buy an Xbox One controller, you can play those games on this thing too." So he's pretty excited about that. I think he really just wants to play Pitfall. So,
And that's the one you can hook your old cartridges into, right?
Well, this one isn't. The 2600 plus that's coming whenever FedEx decides they're going to bring it. This one here, they have games built in, but you can put an SD card in and play every game that ever came out for the thing. So they have their own joysticks for it, but you can use an Xbox controller on this thing and play Nintendo games, Super Nintendo, Genesis, whatever you put on that SD card. You can play on this thing.
What's that one selling for now, Poe?
Oh gosh, what was this? I think this was $99. This one here. People bought it at Costco for $79, I think it was. You can buy it at Target for regular retail price. I think it was $99, and I got it from MyArcade's website, which was a big mistake because they sent it out like 2 weeks late after everybody already bought the thing. So, but yeah, MyArcade made it for Atari, officially licensed. But there's lots of videos out there on them. None of them are mine. So yeah, check it out.
What's the name of it again?
That is the Game Station Pro, the Atari Game Station Pro from MyArcade. And one of the good ones to watch about the thing is Gen X Grown Up. He has great videos about everything MyArcade. He has a really great channel out there. So check him out. And Ballistic Coffee Boy has several videos on this out there now too. So check those guys out.
Poe, I don't know if you saw it. Jerome popped in and I quick popped his chats up because it might sound familiar to you, Poe. Still waiting on my 2600 plus. I did
Jerome, my Atari brother. Yeah, Jerome, I know. And did you still didn't get any of your games yet either, did you? Because I did get my.
He got Berserk Enhanced.
Just like me. We got our Berserks, Jerome, Brothers in Berserk. It's sitting here. Now you can play this on if you have. Well, you didn't have any old system, did you, Duran? You can play it on your old systems. It'll play just fine. I think it'll play on your Retron 77 if you have one. That's a cheaper alternative. They're only 70 some bucks, but they won't play 7,800 games. They'll just play the 2,600 games. Most of your 2,600 games. But yeah, they got a major problem, I think, as far as shipping and their pre-orders go. Atari has a problem there. Not real happy. Now this little thumbstick that I talked about before, they lost it for quite a while, sending this thing to me. First of all, they sent it out late when a lot of people had it sent right away when I paid for this thing. And then FedEx lost it for a long, long time. Atari looked into it, and eventually FedEx got it to me, which Atari had it out of stock. So I don't know, just a lot of problems between FedEx and Atari and their shipping. So, but I still buy stuff from them, so I guess that's all that matters to them. The bottom line is they're still getting my money. So, but I'm still getting their product eventually, you know.
Eventually.
In the old days, when you mail ordered something, what, you bought Time Life Treasury of Music for Christmas in August in order to get the thing in time for Christmas back in the day. You didn't get it 2 days later with Amazon Prime when we were kids. So patience.
Right?
It's not like I'm going to get to a video within the first 8 months anyway.
Nice.
And Mike, final thoughts? Yeah, I'm working on my Sonic the Hedgehog video. Awesome. When's that coming out, Mike?
Yeah, it's
Take
funny
it
you
away,
mention
Mike.
that, Poe. What? No, I'm actually working on it right now. So I got the gameplay. I was just kind of discussing. I had to replay Sonic the Hedgehog 3. That's a hard game. So I didn't realize there's no continues. I'm like, what? So I had to restart, play again. And so, but what's kind of neat on Sonic the Hedgehog 2, there's a level I really love on that game. We love pinball. Sonic, there's like a casino level, and it has like the bumpers and the flippers that you can launch Sonic like he's inside a pinball machine. And it's got like the little what do you call it for launching the ball? It's got that where he can get inside there and launch himself up there and stuff. So yeah, I was like playing that.
That's
like,
cool.
oh yeah, I really like this level. But I dug into it and I didn't realize Sonic had a pinball game for the Sega Genesis.
I do have that one.
It's not expensive, so I'm probably going to pick that up. It's not going to be in the video, but I saw the game. I'm like, oh, dude, they have just a dedicated Sonic the pinball game, so I got to pick that sucker up.
I got a full boxed copy of that from Video Games Monthly a couple years ago. Yeah. And it wasn't the plastic clamshell, it was later on, so it's a cardboard box from Genesis.
They they did some of the games. X-Men 2 I got for Genesis was in a box. And it's just I'd rather have the clamshells and stuff. So I'm probably gonna replace that and get a clamshell box for it. But yeah.
And now the new Sonic game has a pinball level as well. My son and I were playing it, and it's like a pinball type level.
Yes. I've been through that level already and stuff. I'm like, oh, they took inspiration from the second game. So, but I'm not sure. I think the third one has a casino level. I'm not sure. I didn't get too far on that. So I'm trying to get a little bit further so I can take some gameplay when I'm doing my editing, which I'm doing right now. So I'm putting the video up, or not going to release it, but I'm working on the video editor. So. But yeah, it's fun, especially the first one. I've been playing that more than Mario, which is weird because technically I play Mario more. But I've been just into Sonic lately. So, but yeah, I got that working, and then for next week's show, Greg, I got an arcade game I'm going to be showing everyone. Hopefully, I do good on that game. It's a hard game. It's a light gun game. So I don't want to say it because Derek, he likes it when I don't spoil anything. for you, Derek. I'm not going to spoil what the game is. Okay. So it's going to be a surprise, but you'll know the game when you see it, and it's a hard game, but I like playing. I remember playing it back in the arcade back in the day. But yeah, that's all I've got. So,
Cool.
Mike, I got a question for you. We were talking a little bit while you were gone about the upcoming stuff that's going on, and I know you're a big Star Trek fan, and we were talking about the new pinball machines that are coming out, and I was wondering, did you contact Lars at Zen and say, can you release these, as an ex-Navy guy, can you release these Star Trek pinballs on Pearl Harbor Day in honor? Because December 7th is the big day. Are you looking forward to any of those Star Trek pinball tables in particular? Did you see the three tables that are coming out?
I saw the Star Trek tables. Just the original, or actually it's the movie one from the Kelvin timeline. So the Chris Pine Star Trek one. I want that one and Deep Space Nine, but I'm not into Discovery. I tried watching the show. I'm not into it. I know like there's a lot of people that like it and stuff. So, but it's not my Star Trek. So I tried.
I'm afraid I'm thinking it's going to be a pack with all three though, probably the way they've been doing things lately. So it's going to be I'm going to look at it, buy two, get one free. So I think that I didn't pay for the Discovery, but it might, and I did read something where a guy was saying on Reddit, I think it was, and he said, sometimes themes do help, but sometimes you can have a really cool table that's not necessarily the theme you like. So maybe it'll just be a great table, and we'll just ignore that it's Discovery and it's just a fun table to play.
If it's a pack, I'm going to try it out. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we'll play it either way if it's a pack. But I figure when I saw that those Star Treks were coming out, I'm like, oh, Mike's going to like this. This will be good. And
especially did you guys talk about The Thing? I really want The Thing. Yes.
Yeah, Poe was talking about The Thing. And pinball. So we got Pinball M, and then the following week is the December 7th, the big FX release day. So a lot of pinball stuff coming up.
Let's get a Stanley Kubrick's The Shining pinball table.
Right?
Come on.
That would be nice. And for my regular final thought, other than that was my final thought, getting back onto the pinball stuff that Derek, I'm going to defer to Derek and give him a final thought. He thinks Livewire should do a video on his updated baller installer setup, because Livewire was saying in the Discord, and for those of you that aren't members of our Discord, what the hell's wrong with you? Get on that Discord.
Get on the Discord, but Derek, you don't get a final thought. As a matter of fact, you're suspended, so you don't even get to come to the show next week. Get out of here, Derek.
But I would like Livewire was talking in the Discord about the baller installer update, and he's very knowledgeable on it. And Livewire, do a video so we can just shut up and watch the video and learn how to do it ourselves.
I do like Livewire. Livewire, you get two final thoughts this week.
Right. So that's really all I got, Greg. So back to you.
Okay, I'm back. Here I am. Okay.
Trapper John.
Actually, I'll be honest with you, while you guys were talking about stuff that I didn't care about, I went over and looked at. I was looking at a web browser. I was looking at that Game Station Pro. I kind of like that thing for $99. And if Poe will send me an SD card,
we'll send you all the files you need on the Discord for the show.
Right.
I'll even send you Custer's Revenge and Beat 'em Eat 'em, the porno games, Gregory.
And Chaos, send Chaos a link to the Discord. Any one of my videos has a link to the Discord in the description. I think Greg, yours does too, doesn't it?
Mine does. Very first thing in the deal. Yeah, very first thing.
Description under any one of our videos, Chaos, you can get to the Discord. But
except these live streams, it doesn't auto take on.
Right, not the live streams, but any one of our regular recorded videos. But
No, what I was
anyway,
gonna-
sorry.
So no, my final thought will be is my wife, she's a big Kohl's shopper, and I just saw in the mail she got a 30% off coupon. Now Kohl's coupons are not good on all items, but I'm going to check this out because Kohl's, which is right down the street from me, has that My Arcade Game Station Pro for $99. Now 30% off of $99 is about what, $30?
About $30.
When I get done with the show,
$29.07.
I got to figure out how to get that coupon from her. And I guess the only thing I have to remind her of is, for those of you that are friends with me on Facebook, I did put up my pictures. I surprised her with Christmas lights this year. So she went out there and she said, oh my God, oh, it's so beautiful. The lights on. Yeah, okay. I paid a guy to put lights up, all right? Big deal. That shit is hell wasn't climbing up there and doing that shit. So I'm going to have to use that to my advantage to see about getting that 30% coupon. And if it's usable, sometimes it's not usable on all products, but that just looks pretty neat. I'm going to talk some more about that. So that's it for me. Final thoughts. Yeah, great show tonight. Good God, we've been on 2 hours and 1 minute. We covered a lot of territory. Looks like we had quite a few guests. The chat was full of people. Yeah, I'm happy.
Of course, an hour and 14 minutes of that was Poe's final thought. So
I'm not done yet. You better shut everything down.
And
Rich Armstrong's here, and he's frisky.
most of what Post has to say is what I'm going to do.
You need to get that Game Station Pro. In fact, everybody here needs to get that Game Station Pro. And we'll all play some Atari, and we'll challenge each other.
Oh, you can tell who the sick bastards are on this show. We got
Yeah,
little rubber
Mike.
men. We're playing with little rubber men. Okay, I'm gonna roll the outro. I've got a special thing planned for you.
The intro next week needs to be the old Trapper John MD intro. Sorry. And he needs to be a new challenger in Mortal Kombat. Nobody would be expecting that.
Any other videos other than the one for the deal, and come up with a new intro. And if Mike, you said you're gonna have a video for next week.
Yes.
Okay, I've got a lot going on next Sunday, so Friday, Saturday, as soon as you can, it'd be great.
Yeah, you probably might get it today because it's I already shot the game already. I just have to edit it. So that you can
Teacher's pet.
get it.
Teacher's pet.
Mike's right here. Matter of fact, you know what? Mike is Mike's moving up there.
Oh, Tom. Yes.
Matter of fact, this is even better.
oh, that's funny stuff. Funny stuff.
Game Station Pro.
I know. I want one of those. That looks pretty damn cool. I think that's
Get it?
cool. For $100. What the hell? All
Yeah,
right.
they had that over at Costco, at my Costco, for like $69. I think I said,
Yeah,
I'm
get
not
it?
sure. I don't know. No, I didn't get it. I asked my wife, like, can I get that? It's like, did you bring your money? I go, no.
I got a Sam's Club membership, but I don't have a Costco because Costco's like twice as far away as Sam's, and I had one at one time, but I just never went. It wasn't worth paying for it. But I don't know what a Costco membership costs, but if I might get, it's like if I get that for $60, it's $90, and the membership's $30. I get the membership for free. So I don't know. I may look at that too.
Yeah, she's sleeping again.
I'll tell you what, Betty, my Chihuahua, had the hiccups today laying on my lap. And the poor thing, so it almost gave me a case of the hiccups. I mean, we're both sitting there like, jerk.
Poor Sammy. I tease her because she looks like a Tootsie Roll. She's really round. She's lost weight since we got her back, but she does have breathing issues. So when she sleeps, she has a lot of.
Hey,
Sometimes we watch her and it's like, how does she even sleep? Because she's having so much. I mean, it seems like she's struggling to breathe, but she's sleeping through it. So I don't know. But yeah, she makes a lot of noise.
if you'd have told me that was one of your kids or something, I'd have said, shut that damn kid up. But when it comes to a dog, I don't care. They can do anything they want.
This might kill my camera. Let me see.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
on TV. She hears me, but she's like, "You're not even worth lifting my head up for."
You've had Sammy for quite a while, right?
Yeah. She's an old lady. She's an old lady. She's a good dog, though.
You guys all know that are friends with me on Facebook. Everybody says, "Why do you put so many pictures of your dog on?" One friend of mine put on there. Well, he's a guy I worked with. I wouldn't say he's a friend. I don't really care for him that much. He put on there. He says, "You're killing me with your dog pictures." And I said, "Mission accomplished." So another friend put on there, "Man, I really love that last thing with the dog." And I said, what about it? The picture or the fact that I'm killing Frank?" And they said, "Oh, killing Frank's a good idea." Now another person that didn't like Frank. Now Frank, fuck you. I'll put whatever I want about my dog.
Exactly.
That's right. You dick, Frank. Everyone in the chat put Frank's a dick in the chat.
He's a dick.
But people always say to me, they're like, "You're a weirdo," when they look at my page, and I say, "If you don't know me by now, then get the fuck off my Facebook page."
That's right. You and I are friends, and I love all your stuff. Here's the outro. See you guys next week. Sunday,
Later.
6 p.m. You're going to enjoy this. No.
Playing trucking sims. Just can't wait to play those trucking sims. The life I love is playing trucking sims with friends. And I can't wait to play those trucking sims. On the road again. Going places I've already been. Seeing things that I saw in real life before. But I can't wait to get on the road with Sims.